What's going on, my good people? It's your boy Jay Fry. Today we're outside in my small backyard garden where we're going to harvest a few varieties of sweet potatoes that I have growing. Now, I'm not expecting too much out of these because they didn't quite take off like I hoped that they would, but we're going to find out together what's inside these grow bags. We'll also go ahead and harvest a few other things that may be the last time I get a harvest for some of my summer crops, and then we may go ahead and reset some of the soil in one of these raised beds. So hang out with your boy for a minute and check it out. Alright, so these are the 4 grow bags that we're growing our sweet potatoes in. This one right here should be the Mirasaki Purple. These 2 should be the Georgia Jets. And that one will be from a store-bought sweet potato that I just got the slips off of. Now when I say they didn't take off like I expected, you know, the last couple of years that I grew the sweet potatoes, all of the vines that I have here, they seem to have sprouted and had more greenery, and these just didn't do that. So I just been leaving them in here because I was like, man, I wonder if I just leave them a little bit longer and kind of take them out at the last minute, how would that work out? So this is pretty much the last minute. We're on November the 2nd right here. So let's go ahead and get these out these bags and see what we got. So I guess we'll start with this one first. This is the, I think it was the Mirasaki Purple. I'm not sure. It even looked like we started getting some new slips coming in right there. But so these slips, they weren't that good when I first got them. I don't know if that's the cause of it, but the slips, they were kind of, it was kind of my fault because I waited to the last minute to order, and they came in like that when I should have been growing my own, but that's how it goes sometimes. Make sure y'all can see that. So that's kind of almost what was expected with the growth of the slips. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this soil out of here. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna leave it here and dump the others on top of it. Now for this one, the slips are even worse. So I really don't expect much out of this. And I know that the soil is loose enough. It rained the other day. You can see how loose that soil is. So that's good enough for some sweet potatoes to grow. But they were just real small. Nothing worth anything. All right, this one here. This is another Georgia Jet, and really there's only one slip growing up out of here. I got one slip growing up out this whole thing, and I think I put like 3 or 4 of them in each one of them. This might be the purple, the Mirasaki Purple, with the colors that is. I don't know, let's see. So this one did a lot of rooting. But ain't no sweet potatoes come off of it. That's horrible. Look at that. What that is. Yeah, this was the Murasaki purple. A bunch of roots, but no sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna go and get this out of here. Matter of fact, I think I got enough room to leave this. I'll do the last one. Now even this one, this is from a store-bought sweet potato. I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slips in here, but as you can see, they didn't take off, and they've been pretty much ready for a long time. Now that I didn't get any sweet potatoes, I'm gonna have to look at the saw or something. But it's just no sweet potatoes whatsoever. But either way, I'll still use this saw, re-amend this saw or whatever, and I'll try again. I'll do it this time. I'll make sure to take the time out to get my own slips, grow my own slips, and have them ready at a decent time. But yeah, so I guess you win some, you lose some. I lost this one. No sweet potatoes nowhere. So yeah, before I put this up, this is all that came out of there. Little bitty sweet potatoes. I don't know if you could do much with that. I guess you call them little fingerlings or whatever. But yeah, so I didn't get no sweet potatoes, but I got some sweet potatoes. All right, so as you saw, we didn't get a good harvest of sweet potatoes at all this go around. So I guess I'll be heading to the market to pick up a variety of sweet potatoes. Now there's a couple of things that could have played a factor in that. One, maybe it's the soil. Maybe I didn't amend it enough or add enough nutrients to it or whatever the case may be. And the other thing could have been that I used poor slips, or the combination of both. But I do know the slips, when I ordered them, they came in poor condition. And even my slips that I got, I did it at the last minute, didn't really grow them out as well. So next year we're gonna go ahead and try to make this thing right and get double the sweet potatoes I got this year. This bed right here, I had tomatoes and bell peppers in here. Now this is gonna be the last of the bell peppers. And once I get these, I'll go ahead and chop them up. The wind came through and tore them up pretty good, but these are still, they're pretty nice size for me not to have really done a whole bunch to them. And that plant right there, it grew pretty tall. But I still might, this is gonna be the last of it. So it ended up putting out a couple of decent bell peppers, even though I didn't even tend to it like I should have. Yeah, so after a while, I go ahead and pull all of these plants up, remove this, and amend this soil. So right here, these are the last 2 bell pepper plants that I have in grow bags. Now, I'm not even gonna let these finish growing. I'm gonna go ahead and get these today. Since they're big enough for me to go ahead and chop them up, and we can freeze them. Uh-oh. They ain't supposed to drop the bell peppers. So yeah, I'll go ahead and this is plenty of bell peppers. We've been doing pretty good with the bell peppers this season, but this might be the last harvest for the year on the bell peppers. So what we'll do is we'll go in and go ahead and chop all of these up, and then we'll freeze them. They're not huge, but once you put one together, put a couple of them together, it makes a nice amount. So believe it or not, I still have 4 Roma tomato plants growing that I think I'm still gonna be good, but since they're changing colors, I believe once they start changing colors, we can go ahead and get them. So it's starting to turn, it's not green anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect as many of these as I can and leave the rest. This tree don't have that many more. Let's look at this one right here. Now this one still has a nice amount growing on them, but they hadn't turned enough for me. I really like to pick them when they're all the way red. For some reason, I think when they actually turn color on the vine, they have more nutrition to it than just picking them this color and then letting them change on the table. But because we've been getting some cold weather lately, I'm gonna go ahead and pick what I can. And this right here is another bush that we have. That's a nice size one. So preferably this is the size I would prefer them to get, but I don't think the rest of them are gonna get that size. And let's see. I wasn't trying to get it, so it is slightly changing color, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Let's see. Nah, the rest of them I'm gonna leave. I'll just show you real quick. This is the other one that I pretty much just planted in the ground and was letting it kind of go wild. But it's got tomatoes all up under there. And as soon as they start changing colors, I'll go ahead and get those. You know what? I don't even know if I was able to show you guys the motherland okra. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest a couple of them. And I plan on leaving most of them up here to get the seeds from them. Let's see, spider webs. So if you can see that one right there, I'm just letting that one dry out so I can collect the seeds. A few of them I'm going to collect the seeds from. But we ended up getting these motherland okras. They're not too bad. I had to figure out what was too big and what was too small. That right there is too big. They were pretty tough. This one would be a decent size. So I believe right here, this is probably the actual size you probably want on these motherland okras. All right, so check it out. This is the harvest that we just did today. Right here, these are our bell peppers. And this is gonna be the last of the bell peppers. There might be like 1 or 2 more left, but I don't think they'll develop in enough time. But these right here are gonna last us a while. I'll go ahead and chop those up and we'll freeze those. And the Roma tomatoes, I have plenty more of those left, so I'm hoping they start to change colors before it's too late and we can get those off of there. And then the motherland okra, and then I forget, what was this? I think this is the cowhorn okra right here. So we was able to harvest probably the last of the okra as well. I'm gonna go ahead and chop those trees down. And then these sweet potatoes, man, they look like potato fingerlings or something like that. But we're gonna see if we can redeem ourselves next year. All right, so since we're outside, I figured I'd go ahead and try and reset this soil. So I'm not gonna really amend it or anything today because I don't have the bone meal that I would like to put in it. So, but in this bed, I do plan on filling it up this year or this next growing season with onions and garlic. So it will be time to plant garlic in November, but it may be a little too late for me to put onions in here to get those to set. That's just a part of procrastinating. But since I'm not gonna amend it or anything, I am gonna go ahead and add some compost to it and let it sit for a little while. And then before I plant something, I go ahead and amend it with like the fertilizer and some bone meal that's gonna help everything out. So I will be using this. This is one of the cheapest composts I could find at the big box store. It's cheap. I use it for some of the in-ground. You know, I know there is a difference in compost, but this bed right here has been sitting already for a couple of months without any use. So I'm just gonna fill it up, top it off. I'm just gonna top it off with some of this compost. And I actually got 2 bags of it. Let's see how much this one spreads. 2 cubic feet. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 bags to it, and then that'll be it. All right, so all I did was added a couple of bags of compost into this raised bed. Now, like I said, I do plan on putting some onions and garlic in it. Hopefully I can find some onions to go ahead and plant since I hadn't started those. But once I do that, before I do that, I'll make sure to amend it and mix it up a little bit better. Make sure to add some bone meal to it. And then that should be pretty much it. I have like 2 more beds that I actually need to amend and reset and get ready. But that, you know, I have a little time left for that. And as the season is changing, the garden is changing as well. As you saw, I probably got the last of the bell peppers today. The last of the okra as well, besides the ones that I'm leaving on there in order to get the seeds from it. And hopefully I can get some more tomatoes. But other than that, the only thing I have left from the summer garden are a couple of eggplants that's getting fairly close. I hope I can make them. I can actually probably get them today, but they may not be ready enough. So the eggplants, I still have a few jalapenos left and a few more cucumbers that I should be able to harvest before it's all said and done. But that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with your boy. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. I'll holler at you.